Right, man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
All right, man, let's talk a little bit of old school boxing. Y'all know we do it all, new school, old school boxing. Oh, hypothetical boxing is the hot thing in this climate of boxing, but Shannon, the Briggs, and James Toney going back and forth on AIG, or wherever handling AIG. But first, Evander, Holyfield, and Kevin Mcbride is going to be the co-main event for Teofimo Lopez's pay-per-view. I think it is June 5th. And if you don't know, June 5th, also Crawford could fight on pay-per-view. Can't say much about that situation, dude. But hopefully, everything work out in his favor. But yeah, he couldn't be fighting on June 5th. But it might work because I heard Crawford supposed to be fighting overseas. So that's going to be early in the day, or early in the morning, or whatever. Excuse me. Possibly don't fight at all. Who knows? No, tomorrow's never promised, but shout out to Bud. Love the way he fight. Love his team too. They all saw love. But yeah, people say, look, who's Kevin Mcbride? He's the Irish fighter that beat Mike Tyson. Was it the fight in Memphis? I can't remember. No, it wasn't. He won his fight in Memphis. Over, it was Clifford something. He knocked him out in Memphis. Remember, that was on Showtime, and Jay-Z kind of was a half concert, half fight. And, that's kind of what boxing still was doing well. And they was, then they had some guys experimenting, with some things. And I liked that. I remember watching that on Showtime as a teenager, man. And Jay-Z gave a hell of a performance, and Mike won. But Kevin McBride did end up retiring Mike. He stopped him on the stool. Mike, didn't want to go out of the stool. And, understandably so, Mike was still a pool. And, I thought Roy Jones might have the opportunity to beat Mike right around that time. But, that's right around the time Roy started to descend when he went back down in weight. When he should have just probably fought Mike Tyson. It might have worked out, well. I know his father was stopping the fight between, what's old boy name? Buster Douglas. Or something like that. I could get my timelines messed up. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Triller putting fantasy and trying to put casual fans and fantasy boxing fans and new, how can I say it? New, I mean, people who ain't even fans yet and hardcore fans together. You got to respect it, though. You know what I'm saying? They trying to bring old school boxing fans, the fans that don't even know they fans, and casuals. And one thing about the hardcore boxing fan and the purist boxing fan, however you want to categorize yourself, you can beat us, slap us around, treat us like a $2 hoe, we gonna come back. Like cat coming back for some milk. We gonna always come back. We always gonna bounce back. We always gonna, I ain't watching this shit. And when I took a stand on telling people not to watch a fight, people still went ahead and watched the fight, or they still watched the fight live. They didn't stream it. But I'm just trying to tell you, we got to make a stand. It's like everything else in this country. Guess what? I remember back when I was in my last year in high school, gas was almost $5 a gallon, right? And they was trying to tell people only get gas the day before and don't buy gas the next day. You know how many people I seen at the pump? Which you fast forward over 10 years from now, with the pandemic, when everybody was on lockdown, gas went down to 88, 99 cents. So had we had a progressive system and came together, and people who didn't have gas money, we helped them out, we would have prospered in the long term. And it's hard to get people to support a cause and have everybody move to the right, everybody move to the left. A lot of people are not gonna abide by the rules, or they're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And what Triller's doing is they putting it all together. They making some they, how you put a lot of good ingredients together, but it doesn't really mean it's gonna be a great meal or a great treat. What they trying to do is they trying to put a little chocolate in, a little vanilla ice cream in, a little whipped cream in, then they come out here and they try to, try to put some banana bread in there, try to put some Oreos in there, try to put some frosting in there, and then just mix it up and see what happens. And I'm not mad at it. If you don't shoot, you don't know if you're going to make it or miss. Remember Michael Jordan said, well, I think about missing the next shot. And this is what the Triller doing. Triller trying to bring everybody together, and I think it's going to work. And the fighter's going to benefit from that. Teofimo Lopez, if it worked, he going to get a lot of new fans. And when Teo fight the next, and then you're going to see the Zone try to do it, then you're going to see Al try to do it. Watch what I tell you. A lot of motherfuckers beefing on the internet and on YouTube, they gonna be squaring off one day. You know, when talking get to hand talking. Tell you this right now, I go in there and try for the right. If they put 6 figures or $1 million up there, I go up there and try. You know, I didn't get my ass whooped in the street before, but I ain't never been hurt. You know, I've been cuts, bruises, but I ain't never been hurt and knocked out, fortunately. But you know, you stay in the square circle long enough, like Nate say, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I mean, if the money right, shit. If I, you know, something happened in that ring, my people cool, I'm straight. You know, but at the same time, man, with Kevin Mcbride, man, you know, he lost to Wok over 10 years ago almost. He lost back to back. He lost to Wok and he lost to he lost back to back. He lost to Wok and then he lost to Galata as well too. People who know about boxing, they know about the Galata and the Riddick bow and low blows and stuff of that nature, man. But yeah, I mean, co-featured the Teofimo Lopez. Excuse me, George Kambosos. I think it's solid. I think it's groovy, baby, tonight. Shout out to Guy, man. I think it's dope, man. So I see what they trying to do. Now, will it work? You know, I remember once upon a time, God told me I can't cut weight and still keep lifting weights. You know, I did it though. So, do they got the will and do they got the resistance and the resiliency of the UFC when the UFC like it was going, you know, all that work they did like it was going to fall off when you know, John Jones had this situation, Ronda Rousey was out, Conor McGregor had that boxing money, that $100 million money, you know, Khabib really wasn't a star yet as far as to the casual fan, and, you know, just everything came back together. You had the biggest combat event in a decade with Conor McGregor and Khabib. Even if the fight didn't happen after the ring, I still think it would edge out the next biggest event. Then you have a situation where, you know, John Jones came back. And it just started to put together. You get Adesanya, they came out there. And it just became beautiful. Derek Lewis was knocking motherfuckers out. So, surely got to understand there's going to be ways, times where the sun going to shine, you're going to prosper. There's going to be days where it's going to rain, you know. And they in it for the long haul, it's going to be good. But shout out to Holyfield and Evander and Kevin Mcbride for still getting money. But I think Holyfield should get him. Because, I mean, it depends. But Kevin McBride is like 10 years younger. He's 47. So, shout out to Ireland. But Shannon Briggs and James Toney going back and forth on Instagram so you can see it for yourself. You know, James doing some things. Shannon calling him fat. This, that, and the third. I do not want to see James Toney in that ring. Love James Toney, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Easily inside probably my top 5 favorite fighters of all time, especially since I found out Floyd ain't, you know, so the sucker. But yeah, you know, James Toney, one of my favorite fighters of all time from the great state of Michigan. And I just don't want to see. He not even talking right. He had one of the greatest chins you will see. You talking about great chins? You talking about Muhammad Ali, James Toney, somebody else up, or Marvin Hagler. Rest in power to him. Some granite chins, and you know a lot of other great ones out there I can't think of right now. But you know he just took a lot of punishment, and you know I just don't want to see him in the ring. And Shannon Briggs, you know, need to sit his ass down too. But you see your contemporaries and your peers, and Kevin McBride get the bag. You know, you like, shit, if Kevin McBride got the bag, I was 10 times, 30 times fight as McBride was, I should be able to get the bag, you know. So you gotta respect that, man. But shit, let's just make a donation to them brothers so they ain't gotta fight. Shannon Briggs in a lot better shape to fight. But for their primes, James Toney would have dispatched Shannon Briggs even at heavyweight. But right now, Shannon Briggs seem to be in better shape. But ain't nobody and should nobody clear James Lights Out Toney to fight at this point. He took enough punishment throughout his career. And if they let James Toney fight, man, might as well hop on the boat, come get a license and fight over here. And shout out to his son who had a fantastic performance Saturday over Samuel Vargas. I don't think nobody put them hands on Vargas like that before. But like I said before, man, I just think James Toney shouldn't be fighting. Shannon Briggs might be in physical shape to fight. Why don't him and Vladimir do a exhibition? All right. You talking about other guys? Maybe him, Mike Tyson. That never happened. Shoot, I don't know whichever heavyweights want to come back and fight. But you know, I really don't. I don't want to see neither. I don't want to see a lot of these old, because all it's gonna take is one YouTuber, one old fighter to die, and then it's gonna backfire on Triller. It's gonna backfire. You know, if he didn't fight, he would. It's gonna backfire. You know, that's what they waiting on. You know, and I hope it doesn't happen. You know, I hope they don't have a melee in the ring, and you know, somebody to testosterone a little bit higher than they've been in the last 10 years. get mad. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Shout out to Holyfield Mcbride for getting the money. Think about Shannon, Briggs, and James Toney beef. Go to IG for that. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the social media links description. Twitter's the fastest way than Facebook and Instagram. Facebook group link there as well too. Want to check that out? Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313 in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate, share the video. Let me know what you guys think. Check the boxing news playlist.